King's Dominion and King's Island. Which one is better? That is a question that many people ask. Now, there's different fundamentals that can help you answer that question, but one out of all is the roller coasters there. Now, the roller coasters at King's Dominion are, pretty self-explanatory, pretty solid lineup, I would argue. First of all, we have Dominator, the B&M stand-up at the very front of the park. Florida, sorry, not stand-up. What am I saying? Next up, we have Reptilian, the Mack Rides bobsled coaster. Next up, we have Rapterra, the B&M wing coaster, the newest of its kind. It just came this year. Next up, Flight of Fear, the Premier Rides indoor Pescetti Bowl roller coaster. Next up, Pantherian / Intimidator 305, manufactured by Intamin, one of the world's greatest. Next up, Backlot Stunt Coaster, manufactured by Premier Rides as well. Pretty compact coaster. Next up, Twisted Timbers, the RMC of the park. Next up, Grizzly, manufactured by the King's Dominion staff. And, if you really want me to count the smaller ones, we can. Woodstock Express. I think that's the smallest I'm willing to go. So, pretty solid coaster lineup in part of King's Dominion. But is there a better lineup for King's Island? While that question is still in the air, I do also want to mention the fact that I just remembered. I forgot Racer 75 at King's Dominion. The Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters, Woody, there. As well as, I don't remember mentioning that Woodstock Express was manufactured by Philadelphia Toboggan Company as well. Anyway, let's begin for King's Island's lineup. At the front of the park, in Vertigo, is Aerodynamics' Aerodynamics' inverted coaster at the front of the park. Next up, we have the Bat, Aerodynamics' suspended coaster at the front of the park. Next up, we have Adventure Express, Aerodynamics' Mine Train coaster at the front of the park. Next up, we have...
Cat, he slapped me.
Oh, y'all are so mad.
So?
Next up, we
No,
have...
mute me.
You're on mute, by the way, and you're not.
I
muted.
don't.
Okay. Anyway, next up we have Flight of Fear. Another Flight of Fear here at King's Island. Premier Rides, Pescetti Bowl coaster, as well as Queensland City Stunt Coaster. Premier Rides. And we continue onto the list. Oh, that's why. Couldn't make to look at Orion, the B&M Giga Coaster of the park. So we have two Giga Coasters, obviously. Intamin's Giga Coaster, Pantherian, and B&M's Giga Coaster, Orion. We have Diamondback, B&M's Hyper Coaster. We have The Beast, manufactured by King's Island. We have Banshee. I've also forgot to mention Banshee and near the front of the park. B&M's Inverted Coaster. Next up, we have Mystic Timbers. Great Coasters International. Wonderful wooden coaster. Next up, we have... Did I mention Racer here? I think I did. Philadelphia Toboggan Company. Next up, we have Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, which is about the smallest I'm going to get ready to go here. Vekoma's coaster, family coaster. And Woodstock Express, Philadelphia Toboggan Companies. So, with that all said, which park has more coasters? Well, as a matter of fact, Kings Island pretty much wipes Kings Dominion out of the park with this one. Whether you like it or not, it has much more to work with. So let's start comparing some of the roller coasters. Number 1, Dominator and Invertigo, both at the front of the park. Well, number 1, Invertigo, known for its roughness. Obviously, could be some headbanging there, considering the fact that it's an aero suspended, or not suspended, an aero invert. While Dominator is definitely considered the superior of the few. Next up, we can put Dominator, which won that, versus the Bat. The Bat is aero suspended coaster. Dominator still beating it out of the park. But what happens if we put Dominator, or not Dominator, we put Bat versus what would be in that position at King's Dominion, which would be Reptilian. The Mack Rides bobsled coaster of the park. I think it's quite simple to say that the better would be still Reptilian. Next up, if we continue going on here, Raptera versus Banshee. Both B&Ms, but an invert versus a wing. Overall, Banshee is much more impressive. Raptera is considered a little bit janky with its rattle being a launched wing coaster. But at the same time, it's still a great new quality coaster. I will say though, Banshee would win this competition of the two. Next up, if we are comparing Flight of Fear and Flight of Fear, Flight of Fear would win. There's not much of a shocker there, so. So far though, King's Dominion does have more victories. Flight of Fear obviously doesn't really matter. Well, we're dealing with this guy. Next up, Queensland City Stunt Coaster versus Backlot Stunt Coaster. Backlot Stunt Coaster would win. No, it's not really a competition there. But if we get into Pantherian versus Orion, of the two, well, that's a very difficult question. But of the two, I would have to give this to Pantherian. You know, the better of the two would be Pantherian because it's just so... It just packs more of a punch. It gives you more thrill than Orion does. While Orion is definitely more smooth, still, Pantherian is incredibly smooth. Pantherian just... It's a bit taller, I will say. And Orion doesn't even have the height of a Giga Coaster. It has the drop of one. So, considering that, we can definitely tell that Pantherian isn't... It still doesn't tell us that it's better. But Pantherian overall is better. And I think it's just more intense. It packs more of a punch for thrill seekers, definitely. If we're comparing the two. It definitely offers more thrilling of an experience as well. Next up, we're gonna have Racer 75 versus Racer. Now, this doesn't really have a difference either, like Flight of Fear and Queensland City and Backlots and Kosher. So, we're not going to put this in as a competition. Next up, we will have Twisted Timbers versus The Beast. Now, this is a rough one because there are too many reasons different. The first reason that makes them different is the fact that the Beast is not hybrid. It does not have any inversions. The Beast is such an ambitious mega project of roller coaster that there's almost no competition here. But Twisted Timbers is an RMC. It has inversions. It has that smoothness that it needs. So, I mean, it definitely is going to be a rough one here, to be honest with you. But if I'm being honest here, I'm gonna give this to Twisted Timbers. Next up, Mystic Timbers versus Grizzly. Now, this one you may or may not think different reasons. But I'm gonna give this to Mystic Timbers. Obviously, more intense of a ride here. I should have done Grizzly versus the Beast if I'm being honest, but I didn't because, to be honest, comparing them if they're in the same position, definitely the victor of the two. Would have to go to Mystic.
Oh my god, bro.
Next up, we are comparing Woodstock Express and Woodstock Express. Woodstock Express wins. There's nothing to compare Snoopy Soapbox Racers to, really, so we're not going to. Next up, we are going to be comparing Diamondback to, you've guessed it, nothing. There's nothing there to compare it to either. So Kingdom Island already has much of a lead there. Diamondback, being by itself, not having anything to compete with. Diamondback's a great hypercoaster as it is. Nothing that it needs to compete with there. So, obviously we have Kings Dominion had more victories by a few only. But, I will say, Kings Island has much more to offer. So for a thrill seeker, I would recommend Kings Island. If you're looking for more coasters, but we don't always ride all of them. Obviously, we never ride all of the coasters there. Usually, at least. I would say in Vertigo would be left out maybe, or some of the more rough ones. So leave some of them alone, I would say. But if you're looking for the more superior coasters out of which would win, I'd say Kings Dominion. It pretty much perfects all of its coasters. Like, none of them are too excessively rough, I would say, for a human, especially a thrill seeker. So, yeah. Next up. Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, next up we'll be concluding this video, as well as making sure you're all aware that I am aware of the fact that there is audio in the background. You guys know, I always love having audio in the background. I do enjoy it. I don't know why, I just kind of always have.
Like that.
It makes it feel more of an immersive experience. So yeah, if you don't agree with me, let me know, but next video we will be comparing Cedar Point with a mystery park.